What's going on, Mo? It's your boy DameSmiff. And so I just kind of wanted to tap in and talk to you guys real quick about AI and artificial intelligence and kind of, think about it real quick and just chat. So I recently saw a video. It was I guess he was an engineer or developer. He made a video showing how he allowed his little character in I guess, digital world he created, how he allowed it to learn to navigate through the world. And I've seen this kind of video in two different instances. So one was he allowed AI to learn how to navigate through a racetrack. It had point A and point B. And basically, the AI would just keep trying until it would figure out how to navigate all the way to point B from point A. And I thought that was really interesting because it kind of taught me about how to learn and like how to understand things and the process of learning, right? And then the second video was a similar video, but this time the AI was trying to navigate through a three-dimensional space, meaning like now it had to go up hills, over objects, and maybe through windows and learn how to jump with the little character model and things like that. So it was very interesting to watch. And but again, like I said, it kind of really connected the dots on like how to learn and what learning really is, because eventually the AI figured it out. It just took a little bit of time. And one of the things I pulled from it was that like when you're thinking about like mastering something, or if you're trying to learn an instrument or things like that, the things you run into as far as like barriers or resistance, they're supposed to be there. And I didn't really think of that when I was in school learning about a lot of different concepts, or especially music. I thought like you either got it quickly and you were smart, or you didn't get it at all and you were not smart. That's how I thought it. But what these two videos taught me was that learning has a window of, I guess, error that's okay, that's acceptable. Meaning, so I'll explain. The AI, I guess, artificial intelligence model was trying to go from, in the racetrack example, through a left turn, and it had no clue. So the first time, or the first couple times, it would just go straight and hit a wall. And it would just keep hitting a wall over and over and over again with tiny, tiny, tiny little adjustments. And at first, it was like kind of like boring. Like you just kept seeing it do it. But the poster of the video, he sped it up to where you could see how many attempts it made faster. And so you could see it started to hit the wall over and over and over, but it would then peek to the right, then figure out the right's not where it's supposed to go, and then move left an inch further left and left until it finally made a complete turn through the track. And then it repeated the process for every turn throughout the track until it finally reached the end. If you were to think of that in real time, or an example that maybe was, you know, really, really detrimental or had a really big consequence, like let's say figuring out whether or not you can jump across a ledge to the other ledge, that kind of error, window of error, is like tiny. Like you can't get that wrong the first time, honestly. And so when we see stuff like that, we tend to kind of confuse that with being smart or being intelligent, and really that's not intelligence, that's almost luck to get it right the first time. What you really want to see is somebody who gets it wrong and is able to just repeat the process until they get it right and adapt. And then when they finally get it right, that's proof that they've learned. And so how fast they get to that process, or how efficient they got to it, that's different things. But you really want to focus on the fact that they got to the result. And it made me really think about what learning is, and like what things I want to learn, and like what barriers I may run into when it comes to certain things. So like let's say like I want to learn a language. For a good window of time, me learning that language is going to be me getting it wrong, right? It's going to be me not being able to speak the language, or using words incorrectly, or at the wrong moments, or wrong cultural inappropriate times, until I get it right. And then just like learning an instrument, I would be playing the wrong notes or having bad habits for a long, or not a long time, but for a window of time until I get it right. And I think that's one of the things we can kind of glean from studying artificial intelligence and using it, is that we can kind of learn what works in the human perspective of life and then apply it. Because if I didn't have the wherewithal to look at that video and then take what I took from it, then it would have just been a cool video to watch a computer run through a process. But if this was interesting, let me know, and I'll make more videos like this. But this is essentially just me just rambling on about what I learned about checking out some AI